We're the good guys.
Yeah.
Four musketeers in the studio. Tech Friday edition of Business Express 91 is live, Rotus.
Yes, good morning, sir. Good morning, Lagos. It's good to be here again.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
WhatsApp
is.
number is 080944400981. The hashtag across all platforms is Business Express 91.
Okay, cool. And Tiawo is here, and Fisayo is here. Gentlemen, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
All right. It's good to have you.
Sounding like good guys.
Lagos, we're walking on eggshells. I'm not sure whether to discuss this thing or not, but let's. So anyway, yeah. No. So Lagos, look,
it's a new tech, it's called Laughing Tech, which is what we're trying out here.
Exactly.
Yes, it was first tested in the Joker movie.
Right. And everybody should go and see that film. No, so Lagos, you had a big debate here with an ad that I heard, that was talking about, the whole calendar thing, and we're going back and forth whether people were using calendar. So we had another ad, and we were thinking about debating it, but it hits a little too close to home. So we decided to let's leave it alone. Anyway, Twitter is experimenting with hidden replies, gentlemen. I tweeted it. You guys can check out the screenshots on our Smooth FM Twitter handle. Basically, although they're testing this in the United States, I think Japan and the UK. I'm not sure if it'll come to Africa, but if you send out a tweet and you start a thread, you can hide replies that you don't want to see. And so Twitter has this new, I don't know, I think it's launched this thing in July or so, but if you check it out, there's a banner that says view replies in the tweets that the tweet's author has hidden. So I was wondering what you guys thought about, on the one hand, maybe you can make an argument that it shuts down trolls and people who want to attack you and are coming with offensive comments. But then on the flip side, if you are spreading disinformation, you can hide replies that maybe want to fact check you, or if you are spreading misinformation for the political people on Twitter and so on. So what do you think? Where do you guys stand on what this new feature that they're testing?
I think one of the reasons I like Twitter is that it's like public conversations.
Yeah.
Right. So if I tweet something, everybody sees it. If someone replies, everybody sees it. So you can't necessarily have private conversation on Twitter. So people use that to buy influence, do anything, right? So I think it's my prerogative, because I was the one that started the conversation anyway. It's my prerogative to decide, is this what I want to see or not? So I can delete it. So maybe people will stop blocking other people that don't like. Right. So when you can just remove their comments. But that said, again, I think it brings again to the question that you just asked around fact checking, because we've seen a lot of people claiming to be who they are not on Twitter, and then people just think, if I open your
thread,
if I open this, this secret, you better be careful, and then the person has not shown up on Twitter since then. So it's important that we're able to see some of these things happen, but I don't know, it's still testing, depending on how adoption goes and how people use it. Then they probably decide to roll it out across or probably shut it down. So it's okay.
So what do you think?
With great power comes great responsibility.
Okay.
So I think people generally take the piss when they use a platform such as Twitter.
Valentine, can he say that on air? Is that allowed?
Money
You know how to shut it down if it wasn't allowed.
So continue.
Yeah.
I'll remove that comment.
Yes, go ahead. Remove it from the timeline. But yeah, people have generally abused it all in the name of freedom and so on. So, but freedom comes with a great sense of responsibility, and I think Twitter and some of these other platforms are slowly but gradually recognizing that fact that they need to step in a bit more and just generally moderate the platforms a bit. It's going to be 100%. It's not going to be 100% possible to moderate, but enabling people to do these sorts of things, I think, is the way to go.
Yeah.
We hope to see a bit more censorship-enabled tools or tools, that they roll out in the near future. My opinion really is this: if Twitter and some of these platforms were paid for, we wouldn't have the kind of chaos that we have.
that we
today.
have right now.
Mm.
Okay, let's
To view your hidden replies, you click or tap the hidden
Yeah.
reply icon, which
Right.
will be available on the bottom right of your original tweet.
Yep. So you can actually see the icon there. We have it on the screenshot, so you can actually take a look at those particular comments that were hidden. Okay, gentlemen, why are Nigerian billionaires absent in the scramble for local startups? Story in Business Day saying that our big men and women billionaires are not really supporting local tech startups, and if, you both are very well placed in the industry to speak on this. The Business Day was listing the number of, I think, 7 out of the top 10 billionaires in the United States are linked to tech. The top billionaire coming out of Africa is in cement, and there's only one guy from Egypt who is into ICT and telecommunications. And so they were talking about, so why aren't our billionaires putting their money behind startups here in Nigeria?
I mean, I love what was accredited to Collins Onwegbu here as vice chairman of Signal Alliance and an angel investor, and he says, look, that billionaires had in the past invested in early tech startups and may not be so active today because the lines are still blurred in the space with no clear path to profitability.
So
you know, so
the risk.
I mean, Fisayo as an investor writes checks for startups.
Yes, he does.
And so on and so forth.
Yes, he does.
Even though there's
My
money.
money.
Yeah, but there's money. But yeah, the question is that there's certain things that investors look out for. And if they can't see it, especially our Nigerian investors, I mean, they're liking our investors to the guys in Austin, Texas, and the US as well. So it's not everywhere in the US that people invest, that they have such a huge appetite as those in Silicon Valley. In fact, in Europe, they're a bit more conservative as well, in terms of investing and so on and so forth there. So I think every market has to develop what their own appetite would be, what their own model would be, in the end. But our Nigerian investors are typically saying, look, we need to see some traction. We need to see where the money is down the line. Don't get me wrong. That sometimes they're a bit too bullish in their approach.
Bearish, you mean? You look at the bearish as in they're not. That's not being
They're
too
conservative.
They're being too conservative, right?
No, and in terms of one of the things that was accredited to Victor Somata was that sometimes that the reporting, the level of reporting that they have to do that is sometimes just too much in terms, because they're constantly following up on you, putting pressure on you. Have we made 1 million today? Have we made this today? And so on and so forth. They're like that there. So there has to be a balance in between. You're never going to win 100% as an investor. I think Fisayo will tell you that quite easily.
Right.
But it's understanding that this is a growing it's a growing space, it's a growing industry in itself there. And then secondly, to be honest, not everything is tech that everybody says is tech. I have my own experiences recently as I'm a private share offline. I don't want to out anybody here, but realistically, some of these things are just businesses. So, and startup doesn't mean tech. Startup is startup.
Right.
And to be honest, I don't think you can be startup after 7 years or 10 years. So we need to be clear about all of these things
We are still starting up.
Can I come and collect money?
That wasn't funny. Yinka says,
yes.
Why will they support local startups? So you think they believe in them? Please name one Nigerian billionaire that made his billions without links with the government and power. Do we really have billionaires who started from zero level? So please, they can't take such risks.
Yinka doesn't play around with his
Kewa says, good morning, guys. This is Kewa. It's okay to invest in treasury bills. Is it okay to invest in T-bills?
Yes.
And what's the minimum investment and what time do they sell?
100,000 naira, Kewa, and yes, it is okay because it's backed by the full faith and credit of the federal government of Nigeria.
Do we have money? Anyway, let's go on to this story.
Yeah, but thanks for your messages, Yinka and Kewa. So yes, Kewa, go ahead. Fisayo, but to counter Taiwo's point, foreign investors are putting their money behind Nigerian startups. They are showing faith in Nigerian startups. So why don't the local billionaires that we have here show the same faith that the foreigners are doing it?
Like the guy in Dubai, the Nigerian who won that startup competition or the tech competition.
What, the engineering contract?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that was in Dubai, but I get your point though. So,
I don't think foreign investors are showing faith in African startups. It's like, okay, yeah, we can waste this money, so let's just give it to these poor Africans. So that's
they have deeper pockets. That's the truth.
Yeah, a very bad person.
No. I mean,
I think it comes down
how
to
much investment are we seeing? How much investment? So, I mean, they have. So, imagine someone has a fund of a $3 billion fund,
right?
And it gives $10 million to some poor African startup. I mean, that's not showing faith. that's like, okay, yeah, maybe it can blow, maybe it cannot. Let's just so
It's
that
not- the
the
money is not that much.
exactly,
to
and
risk
then
for them.
it's like, okay, yeah, so that we can show diversity in our
Portfolio.
portfolio. Like we have some Africans in there, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
But then
Yeah.
then comes the question of value.
Exactly.
360 naira to a dollar. Do you think the Nigerian billionaire would actually see the value in that amount that he's investing, the same as the foreign investor who's coming with his own
So-
dollars and earns in dollars?
I think this is a 3-hour conversation.
Yeah,
Because now,
yeah.
the first thing is that even Africa's richest person is saying that, Oga, I'm going to put some money inside America, inside UK, because I don't trust this naira. I don't trust this useless currency that you have.
60% of his wealth, to be precise.
Exactly. So like, okay, so if the richest person, I would suspect that he probably makes some decent decisions, right? Saying that, okay, I'm going to invest my money outside of Nigeria because I don't trust the currency. I mean, I have a portfolio of over 24 companies. Of that portfolio companies, I mean, some of them are really doing well, but some, we invested in them when naira was 100 something to a dollar. Now the naira is taking a hit. It means half of the portfolio valuation is gone. Half.
How about Tony Elumelu? Like this example that
Cynthia and Olufemi, thank you for that. So yes, we have to give him props. Tolu Elumelu through the Tolu Elumelu Foundation is at least is showing the faith. But he's one guy. He's one guy.
among a lot of silent billionaires that we don't even hear about.
Exactly.
Question. Again, big question. Is it his money that he's giving out? Question.
It's the Tolu Elumelu Foundation. He's partnering with foreign investors to do this. All right, guys, real quick. Speaking of which, this is a topic that actually should be discussed. First Bank is hosting a Fintech Summit 3.0 on Wednesday. Mention this because I'm part of this discussion. I'm part of this discussion. So banking plus tech equals solving real problems. The both of you you've gone, like Tiawo was just talking about a few minutes ago. Whether or not in the past, on past shows, past episodes today, the topics they're looking at, banking plus tech, solving lifestyle problems, solving business problems, solving regulatory security and legal problems. Can all this be solved at once, or should tech just be focused on one area and just say, okay, look, we're just going to focus on helping businesses, or we focus on doing lifestyle, or we focus on regulatory issues? Where do you guys...
Tech can do everything. I mean,
can do everything at once.
Can make you tea. Hey, why not?
I mean, tech solves the world problem, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Solves our hunger problem.
solves everything. Everything can be solved by tech.
Oh,
Trust
you
me.
guys.
I mean, we are going to solve traffic problem with tech, guys. Let's open your minds. Open your minds. Let's.
If you guys...
But
Yeah.
I think the conversations need to keep going on.
Right.
I think that's what's going to happen. Someday, somehow, we will get full value from some of these conversations at the end of the day. And so every little bit helps.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the panelists or some of the people that are going to be in here.
You mentioned Victor Asemota
Yeah,
earlier
so
on.
he's in here. He's a
speaker,
keynote
yeah.
speaker as well. And you've got some interesting people, but great. I think it's something people should watch out for. Maybe if they have time, they can attend.
Cool.
At the end of the day. So,
If you guys want to register, I'll put a link on my Twitter handle so you can register and check it out. So we look forward to that.
it's a free event, by the way.
Yes, indeed.
Free.
What messages? We have Valentine, or we're running out of
We've
time.
addressed all the issues raised.
Exactly. That's what we do here.
Thanks to you guys.
Taiwo, thank you. Fisayo, thank you. Ola, Yinka, Frank, Victor, everybody that sent messages, we appreciate you. We'll see you Monday.
Yes, let's continue this conversation. And after this, we'll talk travel.
Thank you. Very much appreciate that.